see me in action. At once. Of course. My path is clear. Anudora. My path is clear. Aye? Where shall I strike?
Welcome to our village.
Of course. At once. Where shall I strike? Of course. Anudora. At once. Anudora. Anudora. Of course. Anudora. Of course. At once. Anudora. My path is clear. At once. Victory is at hand. Anudora. Of course. At once. Bear on. My path. Anudora. At once. I'll make short work. My path is clear. Anudora. My path. Of course. At once. My path is clear. Anudora.
Allies town
Of
needs help.
course. Bear arms. I'll make short work. Anudora. My path is clear. Of course. My path is clear. Anudora. At once. Anudora. Of course. At once. My path is clear. Of course. Anudora. My path is clear. At once. My path is clear. Anudora. Of course. Anudora. At once. My path is clear. Of course. Anudora.
Our allies' town needs help. Our allies' town needs help.
My path is clear. Of course. There are. I'll make short. Anudura. Once. Anudura.
First blood.
At once. Of course. Anudura. My strength is yours. Of course. Anudura. Of course. At once. My path is clear. At once. Of course. At once. Of course. At once. My path is clear. Anudura. At once. Anudura. At once. Anudura. My path is clear. Bear arms. Of course. My path is clear. At once. Where shall I strike? Anudura. Of course. At once. Of course. My path is clear. Anudura. At once. My path is clear. At once. Of course. Victory is at hand. My path is clear. At once. My path is clear. Anudura. At once. My path is clear. At once. Of course. Anudura. My path is clear. Bear arms. At once. Anudura. At once. My path is clear. Anudura. I'll make short work. My strength is yours. Bear arms. Our time is short. At once. My path. Of course. Anudura. My path. Where shall I strike? Of course. I'm awake. I'm awake. At once. My strength is yours. My path is clear. At once. My path is clear. Anudura. Of course. Where shall I strike? My path is clear. My strength is yours. Your time is short. Of course. I'm awake. I'm awake. Anudura. My path is clear. My strength is yours. At once. Anudura. Of course. My path is clear. Of course. I'll make short. Anudura. Of course. At once. Bear arms. Anudura. Of course. Where shall I strike? My path is clear. Of course. My path is clear. Anudura. At once. I'm awake. I'm awake. I'll make short.
Our allies' town needs help.
Anudura. My path is clear. Our time is short. Anudura.
Our allies'
My
town
path
needs help.
is clear. Anudura. Bear arms. I'll make short work of them. Of course. Where shall I strike? I'm awake. I'm awake. Bear arms.
Our allies' town needs help.
Anudura. Where shall I strike? I'm awake. I'm awake. My strength is yours. My path is clear. I'm awake. I'm awake. Victory is at hand.
Our allies' town needs help.
Our time is short. Of course.
Our
My
allies' town
strength
needs
is
help.
yours. I'm awake. I'm awake. Where shall I strike? My strength is yours.
Our allies' town
My
needs
path
help.
is clear. Bear arms! I'm awake. I'm awake. My strength is yours.
Our allies' town needs help.
Our time is short. Anudura. I'm awake. I'm awake. Where shall I strike?
Our allies' town needs
I'll
help.
make short. Our time is short. My strength is
Not
yours.
enough, man.
Victory is at hand. I'm awake. I'm awake. My path is clear. Where shall I strike?
What is it?
I'll have it up in
Our
no time.
allies' town needs
I'm
help.
awake. I'm awake. My strength is yours. Of course. Our time is short. My path is clear. Where shall I strike? My strength is yours. I'm awake. I'm awake. At once. Anudura.
Killing spree.
At once. Where shall I strike? Our time is short. My path is clear.
Our allies' town needs help.
My strength is yours. Of course. Anudura. Of course.
Our allies' town needs help.
Where shall I strike? Anudura. Of course.
Our
time
allies'
is
town
short.
needs help.
I'll make short work of it. Where shall I strike? Anudura. My path is clear.
Killing spree.
Victory is at hand. Bear arms. At once. I'll make short work of them. Of course. My path is clear. Of course. At once. Of course. At once. Of course. I'm awake. I'm awake. Bear arms.
Our allies' town needs help.
Victory is at hand. time is short. I'm awake. I'm awake. Anudura. At once. Anudura. My path is clear.
Our allies'
Anudura.
town needs help.
At once. Of course. Anudura. Of course. Anudura. My path is clear. Of course.
Our allies' town needs help.
Anudura. My path is clear. Of course. At once. My path is clear.
Our allies'
I
town
strike?
needs help.
Take your time. Look around.
Our time is short. Of course. Where shall I strike? At once. My strength is yours. Of course. At once. I'll make short. My path is clear. Of course. Victory is at hand.
Our allies' town needs help.
At once. My path is clear.
Our allies' town needs help.
At once. Of course. Anudura.
Our allies' town needs help.
Of course. At once. Of course. Where shall I strike? Anudura. At once.
Our allies' town needs help.
I'm awake. I'm awake. Where shall I strike? At once. Where are? Our time is short. Where shall I strike? Of course.
Our allies' town needs help.
My path is clear. At once. Anudura. Victory is at hand. My path.
Our allies' town needs help.
There are. Victory is at hand. Of course. My path is clear. Anudura.
Our allies' town needs help.
Path is clear. In Nordrasil's name. Our time is short. At once. My path is clear. Where shall
Our
I
allies' town needs help.
Of course. My strength is yours. Our time is short. I'll make short work. At once. My strength is yours. My path is clear. I'm awake. I'm awake. Where shall I strike? Anudura. My path is clear. Our time is short. Anudura. I'm awake. I'm awake. At once. Of course. Anudura. My path is clear. Anudura. At once. Bear arms. My path is clear. Anudura.
What news?
Where shall I strike? Of course. Victory is at hand. At once. Our time is short. Anudura. At once. Anudura. Of course.
I wish only
I'm
to
awake.
serve.
I'm awake. My path is clear. Anudura. Of course. My path is clear. Of course. My path. Bear arms. Where shall I strike? Our time is short. Of course. In Nordrasil's name. I'm awake. I'm awake. Our time is short. At once. Of
Our
course.
warriors have engaged the enemy.
My strength is yours. Give me something to do.
Dominating.
Where shall I strike? At once. Victory is at hand. I'll make short work of it. My path is clear. I'm awake. I'm awake. Of course. My path is clear. Of course. At once. Anudura. My path is clear. My strength is yours. I'm awake. I'm awake. My strength is yours. Our time
Allies'
is
town
short.
needs help.
Victory is at hand. Only you can prevent forest fires. Of course. At once. Where shall I strike? My strength is yours. Our time is short. My path is clear. Of course. Anudura. My path is clear. I'll make short work of it. At once. Where shall I strike? Anudura. Of course. Anudura.
Where shall my blood be spilled?
Of
I
course.
wish only to serve.
At once. Anudura. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Dominating.
At once. Of course. My strength is yours. At once. Where shall I strike? Of course. Anudura. My path is Of course. My path is clear. My strength is yours. Bear arms.
Own
Your time is short. Anudura. At once. Anudura. Of course. At once. Of course. Where shall I strike? I'm awake. I'm awake. Anudura. My strength is yours. Our time is short. I'll make short work. Victory is at hand. My strength is yours. Anudura. Of course. At once. My path is clear. Of course. My path is clear. At once.
Unstoppable.
Victory is at hand.
Wicked Savior.
In Nordrasil's name. Of course. Our time is short. I'm awake. I'm awake. Bear arms.
Own
Anudura. My path. Of course. Anudura. Is clear. At once. Of course.
Monster kill.
My path. Where shall I strike? Our time is short. At once. Anudura. Of course. Anudura. Of course. My path is clear. In Nordrasil's name. Anudura. My path is clear. Victory is at hand. Bear arms.
Unstoppable.
Victory is at hand. Anudura. Of course. My path.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
At once. Of course. I'm awake. I'm awake. Our time is short. Where shall I strike?
Godlike.
Anudura. My path is clear. Aye. Our time is short. I'm awake. I'm awake. Anudura. At once.
Where shall my blood
Our
be
time
spilled?
is short. Anudura. At once. My path is clear. Anudura. At once. I'll make short work. My path is clear. Of course. My strength is yours. My path is clear. Anudura, of course. Anudura. My path is clear. Anudura. Bear arms. Of course. Anudura. My path is clear. I'll make sure. In Nordrassil.
Wicked sin.
Of course. Anudura. Once. Of course.
Monster kill.
Bear arms. Anudura. At once. Victory is in hand.
Godlike. Triple kill.
Once. My path is clear. I'll make short work of it.
Ultra kill.
Anudura. At once. My path is clear. At once.
Holy shit.